And a good evening, and from me from India. Thank you all for joining this. Interesting topic. Many people are talking about it, and many are kind of doing their own inferences as what is going to be shaping the future with this agile. What's in for me? What's in store for PMI? How it will impact the learnings? What we should do? Are we planning a certification? Now, impact is more for a ATP like me, who is doing a business with the PMI. But no, it has implications on the larger agile market as such. So the agile market is in a state of flux, and nobody, even the greatest of greatest mind, can predict what is going to happen in the future. Okay, so people are betting, people are consolidating, people are fighting for survival. So that's what is happening in the agile space. So we are going to talk more about that given the context of this merger. And we are going to talk about, is PMI going more agile, or how it is going? So it will be some on the talks, but I will introduce some facts. Okay, it will be inferences for sure from my side, but I'll introduce some facts and probably let you know on certain things like updates that I have some insights on. Lovely. So this is about me. My name is Ashish Sadekar, for whom I you don't know. Okay, I know the project management is a very passionate space. This is something I love to do, something I write about, something that I kind of explore, and storytelling, talking is one of my passions, and that's how I married this. And this is like my ikigai. So no, I did a lot of agile things, and especially with disciplined agile, I was at the forefront of PMI's agile campaign. So I have something to share with you from the agility world of PMI. So that's something which I thought that I will bring to the table. Right? Okay. So great. Okay. Thank you all for again joining. There are some people who are joining. Okay. Let me show you the things that PMI has been acquiring, okay, over the last few years. And if you can see, PMI has been really active in acquisitions for the last 4 or 5 years, and it has the acquisitions are active, especially in the field of expanding and gaining control, okay, in the era of artificial intelligence. Okay, artificial intelligence is somewhere PMI is also investing heavily. So if I hear the CEO talking, I think he has one main agenda of artificial intelligence, or PMI next. Okay, he has launched that artificial. So many people are betting on artificial intelligence. Now, why this artificial intelligence means a lot to PMI? Because their main forte is the certification, and with artificial intelligence, I think the knowledge bases are getting consolidated very easily. You can access the knowledge base very easily. And PMI is one of a structured knowledge base. So they would love to protect it or expand it. Okay. Also, from 2000, post COVID, or in that era, 2020 types. Okay. No, agility is where no is the name of the game, right? The PMP also introduced agility, and it was kind of prepared by the Agile Alliance. So that's where the collaboration started, and they started preparing the. There is a agile book which comes with the PMI. Okay, that is prepared by the Agile Alliance, with where the merger happened at the start of this year. So PMI started doing this agility, focusing it on like from 2019 with the acquisition of Disciplined Agile and Net Objectives. And I think this guys wonderfully expanded the PMI's offering into agility, which was not so evident with the PMI SAP. PMI SAP came and launched in 2011. Okay, it was a homegrown certification, but it could not take on the SAFe and Scrum Alliance. And therefore, PMI is a strategy of consolidation, expansion, and control. And that's what is happening in the market today. So if you see Scrum Alliance acquired Business Agility. Okay. And they are trying to consolidate that market. So, so this was, I think, a defensive move rather than an aggressive move. There are no options other than to expand market of PMI into agility. What are their options to expand the market into agility? Is going inorganic or making their gold certification, the PMP, infused with agility. They're trying both the options, and we will talk more about that, how it is going to play as a structured knowledge base. Yeah, so this is going to be some of the things they acquired. And if you see, the AI is this Cognilytica. Okay, there is a PMO. So there are a lot of things acquired. Okay, very interesting. Okay, the PMI agility story started with, I think it's 2011, but they actually started the operations actively in 2012 with ACP. And then, no, the 2019, the disciplined agile comes, and 23 end. Okay, they thought of going B2B, and they said that the agility, like safe, targets B2B, not B2C, right? That extensively. They target corporates. PMI doesn't have offering in the corporates, and they are going to target the B2B with the disciplined agile, and the B2C, the retail, with ACP, which they already have a base of around 60,000 professionals certified. That's their strategy. Now, strategy plays as much when it will only play when it comes to execution. So you can have a long drawn action plan, but no, it is a tough executing market, right? Anyway, if I had to start ProThoughts, the detail lies in execution, not the idea. So I think how the strategy plays actually is something which we all are eager to wait and watch. So that's what is I'm going to observe now, right? Okay. This is the history of PMI agility. You can say in 2025 and not added is the merger with Agile Alliance. So this is going to be interesting as well. So like I said, the PMI direction is entering the B2C individual certifications, which was their forte, and they're going to continue this with their old certification called ACP. Now, this old certification is renewed with the Alliance. I think Alliance has particularly worked and made it more relevant in today's era, making it a renewed certification, and it has been launched at the end of this year from the January 2025. A few players started offering. ProThoughts is one of them, and we started offering from Jan 2025. It's an extensive agile certification with a lot of good knowledge about agility. Okay, so you can actually use this knowledge across industries, across domains, and you can start using it in your companies. Okay, it is not restricted to a framework. And the disciplined agile, and I'm particularly very good, very no I highly spoke about the DVSC and the DSC content. The content prepared by PMI on these two certifications has been the best. They're combining it and launching it for the leadership team of corporates. So this is going to be really exciting. So this is something which is no is getting a new direction from PMI on this, right? You can guys start asking questions. I'm completely okay with that, interrupting me. Now, this is something I had done, but no, I think this is how PMI would like to adopt going forward. Okay, so when you are a student, they have the CF. These are the core certifications of PMI. Okay, so you will have that. They would like to map the certification as you progress from a student to an expert. they would like to have your journey mapped with specific knowledge, structured knowledge, which you can use, apply, and also have a dash of recognition at various stages of your professional journey. I think that's how they want to play it out. The problem happened with agility coming and overpowering the structured traditional knowledge. So I think they need to infuse. They started with doing agile base in their gold certification called PMP. Now, PMP was nicely positioned. As you gain experience, you need that core. As you get into the management function, you need that core project management certificate, which many leaders today, kind of recognize, are aware, are making a standard in their organizations. No, I think the highest number of people certified in any certification in the world is PMP certification in my mind. Okay, you get CSM, but the CSM is not really certification, it's an assessment. So you have this PMP certification nicely positioned between 5 to 15 years. Earlier, many experienced people used to take. Nowadays, it's a one-time certificate. So the beauty of this certification, it's a one-time certificate. The earlier you get, it's better, right? And it has been a proven knowledge. It's much better than perhaps getting a distance learning MBA or whatever the MBA, which is very expensive. This is recognized, it is proven knowledge, you can apply it. I think this is a good learning, not only learning, it's a recognition as well as you grow into your professional space. So this is nicely positioned between 5 to 15 years. I think ACP feels that the age group between the student as you go and become a management expert. So ACP fits into that bracket. It is developing or inculcating mindset. Okay, you will have one chapter, 28% of the syllabus is on the mindset, understanding why agility. I think that becomes very important for a PMI ACP certification. Okay, and that nicely infuse that. In the earlier, I think it was not really focused on the mindset. They talked about manifesto, but it's not actually saying why agility. I think that's where we also focus a lot. I think when I do DSC DVSC as well, even elite certification, I focus a lot on the mindset part. Okay, and then they have covered the product and the delivery aspects. Okay, what is the prioritization? I think that was in the old, but delivery aspect are nicely covered with metrics. So I think two areas which or three areas where PMI ACP certification actually deals with the mindset, which is nicely positioned for the early age adopters, as well as the delivery part, how to deliver on agility. And they have put the people aspect as well, which was not there. The product aspect, I think, was very similar to the earlier certification. So you have the PMI ACP certification, which actually puts it here. As you grow into your program, take multiple projects, okay, you get into the program management certification. This is for the experienced guys who are managing multiple strategic initiatives. Okay, I think this makes a lot of sense for them. And for the leadership team, they're reinventing the DSC and the DVSC content into one leadership workshop, I think for 2 days. Okay, so this is going to map it all. Now, the gap in this, okay, is a structured learning for agility, which is not really coming after this 30 years. Okay, there is something for the leadership team, but there is no structured learning which is coming up here. Okay, although the merger will actually give you a lot of micro credentials, okay, or resources, okay, from Agile Alliance and PMI. So I think the continuous learning bit, like I did one training on LinkedIn Learning. I have one video, the learning. So I think LinkedIn Learning has small bits. I think that's where they will have that resources from Agile Alliance and PMI to talk about. Uh, but I think the strategy should change. So resources act to continuous learn from a knowledge tidbits is fine, but the core certification values, I think there would be a missing gap here. So I think they will try to plug in here. But the point is, in today's world, the agility aspect is really not very clear. People are consolidating. According to me, they're diluting the very essence of agility. Okay, let's see about that. Okay, so when I'm talking about PMI, okay, there are these core agile certifications where the PMP is giving you an introduction, okay, for your agility, talking about hybrid models of agility. Okay, so that's where PMP is focusing on. I think no, PMI has to take a stand now, whether it's hybrid or pure or it's a mix. If it's a confused, then it's a problem. Similarly, disciplined agile is a specialized toolkit which talks about that agility is about mindset. It's not about a framework. Okay, you can apply. Okay, you need to continuously adopt new techniques, new methods, and that's what is agility. And the toolkit, which is like a knowledge base, which helps you to take decisions to improve your bit to succeed sooner than fail fast. That is disciplined agile's mantra. And then you have in the middle now the ACP, which actually exposes you to the different tools and techniques of Agile. So the ACP talks about not a single framework like a Scrum or a Safe or a Nexus. They talk about different frameworks. They talk about why agility, the mindset, and know what how we should deliver on agility. So this prepares you for a really solid foundation for managing agile project across the industries, across the domains. Okay, and it clearly distinguishes themselves from other certifications, right? So this they are playing it around, although I feel the positioning is a little weak, okay, in terms of the things. Now let me come to Agile Alliance. Okay, and now interesting, Agile Alliance, I think the website is one of their big assets. Okay, and it is a one strong community. I think it got founded, okay, after no the 17 guys. I think some people from this Agile Manifesto who did the Agile Manifesto, in fact, they no started this Agile Alliance. And the idea is to build a strong community to advocate agility practice. So it tries to give the breadth and the depth to agility, and they do it, okay, through a lot of events and conferences. Okay, and there are a lot of resources. Okay, so that something is developed by the members with their initiatives, etc. So it's like a NGO. I don't think there are any certifications with Agile Alliance. So it's a full knowledge base of community which is free for all. So I think definitely PMI gets that knowledge base as a resource tool. Uh, Definitely PMI gets the access to a complementary audience, which was not there with PMI. So that's like a strong community. I think it's 97,000 community. That's what I read. Okay, so it's a strong community. You get a access to that, and you get a good amount of knowledge. Okay, resources. Now this needs to be developed, positioned to the right people. Okay, mammoth task. Okay, so this is a little bit about Agile Alliance. Okay, there for last 20 odd years, and that's how they are doing it. Okay, I will show you a 3-minute clip on what is Agile Alliance. Okay, okay, why it's not on? One sec. Oops. Okay, there's one second. I'm just trying to. Aha. Okay, I'm going to start from their website only. There is a technical glitch. Right. This. Okay. Not sure. Sorry about this. Okay. Okay. Let me then come back. Okay. To Okay, I had. Okay, no problem. Okay, sorry for this. Okay, but no, there was a short video which I had downloaded from the website. Not sure why it is not working because I had tried this. But yes, Agile Alliance is something which is providing a lot of collaboration. They have a big audience and they have a lot of resources, right? Uh, PMI, like Scrum, really Scrum Alliance recently last year did a alliance merger with Business Agility, another similar to Agile Alliance. PMI, okay, definitely sees a strategy of survival as well as control. I think PMI was the leader in terms of the certification. PMP is still making some noise for sure, but the world is going towards agility. A lot of big companies are trying agility. Now, PMI is trying to put the hybrid model, trying to say no, no, one framework doesn't fit all. Okay, they're trying to put that across, whereas Scrum Alliance is trying to put their own way, Safe is trying to put. So I think in the world there's a lot of confusion from different experts, right? But definitely this merger helps the PMI to leverage, okay, both agile skills as well as the traditional practices. So I think it gives them a good skill set, a good knowledge where about both agility as well as the traditional practices. Okay. So it gives you a lot of knowledge, possibly a chance to have a structured agile certificate like the ACP they came about, I think for the very senior professionals. Okay. And okay, it can actually target a wider base and a wider reach. Okay. So I think they can actually see a lot of openings happening. Okay, but the idea is to get a consolidated market which they can control. Although the mammoth size already with PMI with the chapters and everything, I think they got a access to a lot of things, right? So this is one of the reasons why PMI is merging with Agile Alliance, right? So this is something which is very interesting, that how PMI is working with Agile Alliance. Now, the other thing which I thought about talking is the impact of the alliance. Okay, this is interesting because this is my thoughts. Okay, these are nothing that I have read. I think there is not enough material on how PMI is going. Even PMI may be working in their kind of brain rooms, okay, to come up with new strategies. But I think the impact of the alliance, I think they get a definite great knowledge. Okay. They get an extended reach. Okay. They can influence the agile audience. I think the reach up to now was limited to maybe your the traditional organizations like the engineering, the IT organizations, which were quite traditional. They're not going into the agility space, uh, which is a mammoth size anyways. Okay. So they see agile as a complementary audience, which is not very much, it's not really overlapping with the current audience. So I think that's a great thing to happen. Okay, and they get access to some great material in case they want to start a certification in agility. So these are my pros. Okay, now I if I read a lot on the initial reactions of the mergers, I don't think they are much into favor of PMI. Okay, as such, but I think my perspective about the agility idea in this world, I think nobody absolutely is clear how agility or agile is going to play out. I'm talking from uh, what is agility or a framework perspective, how it is going to play out. I think that the clarity is not there. I'm not sure how it is going to be driven. We know which audience will actually accept that this is the really the way forward. I think many people are trying it out. Okay. Now, the essence of agility itself is to evolve. Okay. Not being rigid with a framework. Okay. I think PMI is trying to play with that because there is already some frameworks present like SAFe, Scrum, the positioning or the writing on the wall from PMI is the Scrum is at an early stage of agility, easy to adopt, but as you grow, Scrum doesn't become effective, which is, I agree with that. And I think when Al Shaloway and Disciplined Agile, they help PMI to expand this agility thinking. So I think that was pretty good. So when we say, so the PMI writing on the wall is, no, you need to, no, there is no one framework for agility, which is the core of the concept, or you need to evolve with different methods and approaches. And that's what PMI stands currently is on agility. And therefore they are saying is that, okay, you don't want to actually know one framework, you need to develop a mindset to adopt new framework. These are some frameworks like Scrum, Kanban, Lean, and you need to adopt that. Okay, but you don't want to actually adopt that. You need to prepare your mindset, understand systems thinking, culture, value streams. Okay, then cost of delays, what is the waste. They're trying to think about different concepts rather than teaching a framework, which is also a contradictory with their PMP framework. Okay, where they're talking with one framework, and they are trying to also say the framework of PMP use agility into that. So giving a dose of agility, saying that we are also doing agility, there is a framework. On the second hand, they're saying this is. So I think the strategy needs to get a little evolved there. Okay, and I think the current market context is also not evolved. So I think some players will actually become a winner sooner than later. Okay. So the PMI, okay, not clear on the strategy. We can't really know why they have actually did the merger. Whether, so it's a little with a very defensive strategy. I think they will lose out on the agile audience that taken it. It's not an aggressive strategy of merger. This is what I think. Okay. I think one of the major cons of agility, Agile Alliance was its core. Making a alliance from an Agile Alliance perspective, I think they will dilute their thinking of Agile because now PMI will control that, and maybe they will try to infuse the hybrid. I don't know. This is something which I am trying to think otherwise. Okay. And maybe the Agile Alliance might lose their identity with the PMI's huge network. Both their organizations are quite different. No, somebody says you need to have a PMP mindset. In that mindset, include agility. I don't think that is the way it will work. You can't have two mindset and you adjust and you do something and develop a hybrid mindset. This is, it's like it looks good. Okay, you can have a little bit of dose of this, little bit dose of this, and then you mix, and this is what it is. I don't think it practically works like that. Okay. So I think PMI needs to sit and think about what it needs. I think the current certifications are lovely. Okay. PMP carries on the legacy, gives that attention which is required in the standards, preferably for people who are doing the traditional way, gives them a concept of doing a standardized way of doing project management. ACP gives you that wide approach of different tools, different approaches from Kanban, Lean, the mindset, lovely. The DSC and the DVSC of Disciplined Agile tells you about transformation and coaching, which is at the highest level. The PJMP talks about strategic initiative. I think that's lovely. Okay. But when it comes to No, as I am learning SAP, I want to evolve myself. I think that's what I am not getting that feel from that Agile Alliance, okay, working. Okay. That is something that merger is not giving you what is exactly their idea of doing thing. I'm not getting that real thing right now. So if I look at ACP, okay, which is also prepared by PMI, I can get some ideas by Agile Alliance, sorry. So I can get some ideas on this. But before that, I want to tell you, I'll go to ACP and talk about a couple of slides. But uh, no, it's about the future from a PMI's point of view. I think there would be an umbrella PMP, okay, which is a gold standard. They will invest more with agility there. Okay, so the agility piece would be more enhanced. And we are doing a eighth edition. What will come in eighth edition? So just to give you a little spill the beans, eighth edition is going again back to inputs and outputs in PMP, but they will have their agility and they will actually have the structure maintain on inputs and output, which is very ingrained in a lot of project managers' mind. Okay. So I think there will be the umbrella certifications, ACP, PMP, PGMP, and the leadership for B2B. They will actually go with B2B, target the safe model, okay, with their own network and try to install the B2B. I think more work needs to be done there and try to do that. The gap is the learnings for experienced agile professionals. I think individual certification for experienced agile professionals after kind of 14, 10 to 15 years plus experienced professionals, what is there for them missing right now? Structured knowledge is missing. I hope they come out with certain resources to do that. Okay, that is missing. So that no structured courseware for experienced expert professionals. And given the flux, given the environment, given the dynamism in the environment, it will not be easy for PMI alone to actually stress upon a point about why hybrid or why more agility or why different no framework. Okay, that kind of conceptual, technical, expert positioning is much needed. I don't think you are earlier the champions or the chapters used to do. You need evangelist experts and coaches to do that adoption of PMI strategy. Okay, so I think they need to find that very much in every segment of their country to do this. So, and of course, a lot of awareness and marketing needed by PMI. So a lot of money investment probably would be there from PMI. Okay, so they are doing two contradictions according to me at a larger level. So let's see how it plays on. So my strategy is wait and watch. It affects our business as well. But okay, but as a expert and a professional in agility, I think I have a good role to play here. I think as ProThoughts or us, I think we need to do the mentoring, coaching to a lot of corporates. And I think we have a good role to play in the B2B segment as the companies try to improve and take on new projects. Okay, I think there is a lot of ways that we can actually help to deliver on this. So we see a lot of play in the B2B segment. I think the individual certifications would remain tight, okay, unless there is more clarity there. This is my reading on the wall on the certifications game, right? Just to tell you about the PMI ACP, which is again, I think developed by Agile Alliance along with ACP. This is a renewed certification just launched a month back. Okay. The idea is to learn different concepts, approaches in agile, not limited to one. It focuses on the mindset and the delivery of agile. So basically, why agility and how you will deliver agility. I think that piece of mindset and delivery, I think in the new certification is captured very nicely. Okay. Yeah, the exam is for 180 minutes and 120 questions. So I think it is going to be good. It's like the foundation of specialized agile space, which is not there in the PMP. Okay. So I think that will be good. It complements the PMP. It goes a little deep into that. It's very intensive and extensive. So there is a lot of things that needs to be get covered. Okay, on this. When with PMI, they gave the student manual and no a lot of end of chapters. And I think for this extensive learning of ACP, you need a good trainer and a delivery. Agility always will require a good expert to even apply and even train. Okay, which is not necessary with PMP. PMP is very specific topics. Okay, they are like, if you do a scope, how to define a scope, you need to know plan of scope. We already done that, and it becomes a lot easier. Even you can relate to it. Agility, the main aspect is basically the mindset of agility. You definitely need a respectful person to drive that agility mindset into that. So you need to do it to experience it and do it in a story format, right? Okay, so I want to be open for uh, question and answers. I just check the time. Okay, but before that, just to tell you about ProThoughts. Okay, we are quickly ramped up our mock exams as well as for the new portion, and try to get. No, we did the first batch recently of SCP in January, and I wanted to show you. Oh, sorry about this. Okay, I wanted to show you a quick review of that, of the January batch. I'm just sorry about this. It's a kind of got into. I just opening up that. Okay, so we had a good batch there, and we one second, I'm just trying to open that. Sorry. So we had a batch last week, okay, and no, 2 weeks back, and then no, it was a very extensive back, and we got reviews. There were people from different parts of the world. Okay, we got from Malaysia, we got it from Singapore, we got Canada, Mauritius, India, and no, we got nice reviews about that. I wanted to show you that because how people are reacting to the PMI ACP material is the new exam. I wanted to show you that. So that is one. Okay. Uh, One sec. Oh, sorry. What is this? Okay, sorry about this. Okay. So this is what I wanted to show you on this, and this were some of the reviews that we got. And no, this is some slide which I show you. Okay, how this is positioned. I would position ACP around this kind of position, which is a medium expertise and medium level of complexity for the organization, right? We have a LinkedIn group, guys. And no, I'm no. If you join that, you will get good updates on the ACP and LinkedIn group. Okay, I also want to extend an offer for you. If you are interested, you can talk with our counselor as well. Uh, we have for ProThoughts, we had already done the training with ProThoughts. We have a little discount with them. And our batch dates for ACP are next Saturday and Sunday. Okay. We do it for 3 odd days. Okay, so you will actually have that for next Saturday and Sunday. If you register by this time, you will get a little discount on your registration fees. Okay, so that's what we have right now. Any questions? Okay, I will open up for question and answer. Also, I will give you the one PDU for attending this webinar as well. I hope it was useful for you. Uh, any question and answers? You can type your question and answers in the question and answer panel that you have. So this was a experiment to share some knowledge. I'm opening a poll as well. If you can rate your know how was it? This is we try with new kind of material on agility as well as other project management knowledges. This the merger, what it means to you, we'll try to decipher it by going into the details. Okay, there is not much material, so we did our own inferences by collecting a lot of material from the net. We tried talking with some PMI professionals and PMI the executives, okay, officials as well, and we tried to get some kind of insights on that as well. So let me know how you felt. What is your you know kind of feedbacks, how we can improve, we can take new topics which are your likings. We'll happy to do that. Okay, I'm going to give you the PDUs as well. The PDU you need to enter with the code on the CCRS website, and you can claim the PDUs as well. Okay, so there was an anonymous attendee who asked that. Okay, okay, super. Any other questions that you have? Okay. Is PMP not completely agile? Yes. PMP, that's a very good question. Okay. Uh, so agility is very vast. Okay. Agility talks of various approaches. There are almost 200 practices in agility. In the PMP, you just scratch the surface of agility. So in PMP, you are just talking about the different models of agility. What is agility all about? Okay, it just introduces you to the main terminologies with agility. Why agility is not covered in PMP? How do you do agility is not covered in PMP. Okay, no, the leadership angle is not covered in the PMP. The people aspect of agility is not covered in the PMP. You are just introduced to the main popular terminology to get an introduction to agility on doing it. I don't think with the PMP knowledge you will actually start implementing agility. Okay, so that's something which is not kind of done. Okay, whereas the ACP goes into little depth of agility and talks about the different approaches, the mindset, why agility, how to deliver agility, etc. Okay, yeah. The next question is PMP still worth it? Of course, it's PMP is the gold certification. A lot of employers recognize it. A lot of people practice PMP in the way it has been taught because that's how it is. So you are actually standardized. PMP applies that standardization. It's a proven methodology which works with the team. But if you're doing agile, okay, for your no teams, I think PMP gives you the concept of project management. What is scope? What is risk? What is stakeholder engagement? The concepts which you have been dealing with day in day out. Okay. If you're doing an agile project, I would recommend you to do PMI ACP. Okay. many people, we are also launching an offer of PMP plus PMI SCP, because it's like little complimentary, and it one membership, if we can do two, you can actually save about 15,000 of your cost if you are keen to do both. Okay. So on the Reddit, we saw a lot of people wanted to do both. So we actually extended the offer where we gave 15K as a discount, like a PMP online training almost free. Okay. So that's where I think the positioning of PMP and the PMI SCP will work. Yeah. Okay. Next question is PMP version revised recently after 2022? So the next version, which is the 8th version, which is coming at the end of this year, 2025 schedule. It can come at the end of this year, generally launch in November, or it can come at the start of the new year 26. Okay. So 8th edition is launched in the March. We are talking about what is going to come in the 8th edition. Our trainer Saurabh Parikh was a contributor to the PMP 8th edition. So he will give you some insights on that. Okay. So every knowledge is useful. Okay. It depends on which context you're using that knowledge all about, what you're currently doing, and what this knowledge is all about. I think this knowledge is wonderful. The PMP knowledge is wonderful. The agile knowledge is wonderful. I love the DSC and the DVSC things. Okay. It's about transformation. It is about coaching a team. So these are different aspects as you grow along the line as a professional. What are the useful things? So you should see what is your current working or where you want to be. So this are not only your knowledge recognitions, also a dash of your recognitions or statuses as well as they play around. The PMI plays around that. So I think these are something you need to check where it stands for you. But if you're a growing professional at an early stage of career, I think PMP plus PMI SCP would be a good considerations for the certification knowledge. Okay. Any other questions? Super. Okay. Okay. Someone has put a question. Please repeat info about PM PMP 8 revision. Okay, 8 version, PMP 8 version is going to be launched at the end of this year or the start of the next year. Okay, if you are considering doing PMP, I would say do it on the current version because it's a one-time certification. Okay, when you do it on the next version, the exams and the learnings will be different. Okay, people get time to get accustomed to it. So you should do it on the current version. Once you get certified, you always can go to the next version to revise as well. Okay, so there is no, this is a one-time certificate. I did it on the third version of PMP, but I keep abreast my PMP is still valid. So you don't have to do on the latest version to get PMP certified if that is there. Okay, it will be implemented for PMP exam much later, the 8 version Prakash. So once the exam is based on eco content, that has nothing to do with the PMBOK. PMBOK has a standard and a reference guide. The standard is evolved, okay? Not your exam is evolved. All right, okay, lovely. Super. Any more questions? Happy to answer your questions. Yeah, we have around 8 minutes. Okay, happy to answer your questions. Okay, even you have, so I'm going to give you the code. Okay, and also I'm going to put, I'm going to give you the code, and also I'm going to share my LinkedIn profile so that, one sec. So this is the code. I'm putting it in the chat window. Here you go. The PDU code, you can actually claim it. Also, every one of you get a email whoever has attended about the PDU code. So your email ID is also check, you will get the PDU code. Okay, Prakash, why don't you call me on, I will give you my LinkedIn ID. We can talk offline about how to prepare for PMP. I'll happy to share the details. Okay, how to prepare for PMP. No worries. I can actually share that with you, how to prepare for PMP, and you can just contact me on my uh, this LinkedIn ID. I'm going to send my LinkedIn ID to all of you. So you can connect with me and I can give you all my answers what you know. From the current context, I think I know let's restrict it to our agility part of PMI strategy. Yeah, super. Thank you so much. Yeah, after your PMP certification, do the PDO application, Prakash. Okay, it will be valid at that point of time. Great, guys. Okay, thank you so much for your time and thank you for your feedback as well. We will work on it, and I think now we will keep on giving you some original, exciting things. We try our best to provide you different content, original content, and which makes sense to all of you. So thank you for your support and thank you for attending the webinar. I hope it was valuable for your valuable time. Okay, so namaste and thank you so much and see you soon next time. Bye.